What's up, everyone? Welcome to Catch a Flight with Pauly. Got Heidi Geist here from 48 Beer Project. Hope you all doing well. We're drinking our flights. Let's see if I can successfully lift it up to show everyone.
Don't spill.
In the car, the CRV, not the bus anymore, that Heidi's driving around the country and hitting all 48 mainland states right now to do an art collaboration.
Yes.
With 48 different breweries around the country in a year, right?
Correct, yep.
4 or 5 a
month.
month.
One in each state.
Do you mind? Let's loosen up.
Yes,
have a little beer, and then
I
want the world to hear about your project.
All
okay.
Right. Let's do it.
Let's see. What do you want to start with?
Should we go this?
The Pilsner? That's the easy one. You don't want to go hard?
We're going.
I'm joking. I'm totally joking. No. Let's start with the Pilsner.
All right.
So we got White Light here. This one's definitely to all the haters that say, "Great, no, you can't make a clean beer," but yeah, really smooth, nice, easy drinking.
Who's talking shit?
Now you don't have to pound it. We have only had one other person actually finish the whole flight. You definitely can. Yeah, it's a Pilsner. I mean, if you want to pound it, it's super crushable.
That's what she said.
So, yeah, tell us, what's 48 Beer Project all about in different words than I used?
Oh God, I don't remember all the words you used. No. Let's see. If I just sum it up in one sentence, it's a cultural exploration of the craft beer industry. But in detail, I'm doing, like this gentleman said, 48 labels for 48 breweries in 48-ish weeks. One collaboration per state, a little over 48. So, and with some exceptions, a couple of other non-label art pieces. So yeah, so living at breweries, traveling around, and meeting
Heidi doesn't
people.
like to pick favorites, so I won't ask what's her favorite brewery experience so far. But yeah, what's your favorite state to visit thus far? You can do that. You could play favorites to a state, right?
Can I? I mean,
you could tell the world which state you hate. You can shit on
no,
the
I can't, because you know what happened.
I'm joking.
I don't know if I can tell this story, but in the beginning when I was planning it, I had a lot of issues with Nevada breweries falling through or just not responding to me, and so I made a joke. I grew up out here. I made a joke about it being a wasteland, and it was taken personally by some people, and they said a lot of shit about the project, and so I kind of have to either just deal with it or be nice and not say anything. I can. It's a wasteland. It was used for bombing and stuff, but
yeah, totally.
It has some pretty
and alien exploration and
exactly.
stuff, right?
I mean, it's cool still, I guess.
So I'm jumping around real quick. I'm sorry. I put
God.
my Pilsner down. This beer will come out in a couple weeks. So by the time this comes out, this beer will be out. It's fucking awesome. It's called Apricot. It's straight up. It's like orange juice. Just drink it. It's
Are we deodorant?
I have deodorant on.
I leaned in. I think I smelled your deodorant.
That's all right.
This beer does not smell like deodorant, for the record.
No, it's orange juice. This is the one we did with Brew Host. So what's up, Sam? What's up, Brew Host?
It does not taste like Tropicana, which is good. Not that I expected it to.
No. What's Is it Sunny Day?
Sunny Tea. Yeah, that's what it is.
It's a sour IPA with a lot of apricots, and therefore.
You say apricot. Out west.
Apricot?
They say apricot. Because you're not from here. It's delicious.
How'd you get started into doing crazy, awesome art projects versus just drawing on a piece of paper at home as a little kid with crayons?
Followed the white rabbit. No, I moved to Maine, and
I'm sure some of the people watching this will be into that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they'll know what I'm talking about. No, they that's such a
we have
wormhole.
acid blotter in our bathroom. It's a logo we have of ours printed on that kind of paper.
Interesting.
Yeah, you'll have to check it out.
The more you know. Yeah, no, I moved to Maine, met a bunch of musicians and stuff, and restaurant owners, and they started having me do album covers and set design and murals and stuff.
How old were you?
14. I was like in my 20s, so.
Okay.
I'm a late bloomer. I did kids and the house and the job thing early, and then, reverted back to the early 20s and my late 20s, and
that's cool.
It's totally cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, now in Portland, Maine, the beer industry is like heartbeat. It's like really close-knit community of people and
what
artists.
What does Portland, Oregon have in common with Portland, Maine?
It's bigger. Oh wait, that's different.
Which
it's
one's
not in common.
Wait, which one's bigger?
They have the same name.
Which one's bigger?
In which way?
I don't know. You said it's bigger. Which one?
That's not in common. You're right.
Okay.
I've had like 2 sips of beer and it's going to my head. What do they have in common? A lot of things. I honestly like people that are from here that visit there like to say that we're trying to be like them.
You might have missed a lot. A phone call came in. Might have stopped.
We missed all the good stuff.
Yeah, we talked about Portland, Maine versus Portland, Oregon.
Don't tell them too much though. We'll just make them feel like they've missed out on a lot of cool things.
But since you just did it, maybe you can sum up what's the difference between Portland, Maine and Portland, Oregon. Can you sum it up quick now?
Bigger here.
Bigger in Oregon.
Oh, and there's acai bowl restaurants. Restaurants dedicated just to that dish.
Okay. I think you're saying we're more outdoorsy, hippie-ish, kind of, right? Is that more big city-ish out there in Maine?
It does have a lot of Boston influence.
Okay.
It also has a lot of plaid-wearing musicians and stuff. But, I don't know.
Plaid like J. Crew corporate or plaid like,
no, like LL
hippie?
Bean boots.
Okay.
Hipster. It's very hipster for sure.
Got it. Out here it's more like Pendleton, West Coast flannel, plaid, right?
Pendleton, that sounds fancy.
Yeah, Pendleton is fancy. It's pretty expensive, but it's like super old school Native American fabrics.
So you guys have the influence of California and we have the influence of New York, which are 2 very different places, as you know.
True, yeah.
So, yeah.
Do a lot of New Yorkers move up to New England, like Portland, Maine, Vermont, right? And you spend time in Vermont, right?
A lot of fucking New Yorkers have part-time homes where they take up all the coastline so none of us can use it, and they stay there for a week or 2 out of the year and leave it vacant the rest of the year.
That sucks.
No, there's a lot of all kinds of great people from places
Gotcha.
around.
Cool. What's the Ben and Jerry's influence on Vermont?
Well,
Do they
if
own
the
that
camera was
state?
looking down, you would see. In Vermont, I don't know. And I know it's a tourist tourist destination.
Nah.
You know.
I used to go up there to ski. I don't know.
At Ben and Jerry's.
No, but from Philly, we would drive up and do a Vermont trip once a year. It was
they
fucking
probably
awesome.
didn't have Von Trapp brewers when you were there.
Probably not.
Also, they have like a resort in the mountains, and they opened a brewery a few years back, and it is the Von Trapp family.
I mean, I was
And
like
they make great
16,
beer.
so I didn't get to go. But
That's
we
legal.
drank. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? So, where's your home after you're done this trip? Is it Vermont?
No clue.
Okay.
No clue.
Oh, you're gonna
not
decide later
Vermont.
on.
No, yeah, no, it's too clean there, and there's no crime.
Okay.
So I sold my car to buy the bus that I was living on, and I gave away all my belongings to move into the bus. I don't have a boyfriend or a husband, and that's not an invitation, or a wife or a girlfriend. I have a dog though.
Okay.
So I do have 2 daughters in Maine, so we'll be going back there. But in terms of, I have no idea
Okay.
where I'll be.
Where do you guys all think she should live?
Japan.
I don't know. No one's going to respond right now,
Australia.
but when we put it up, maybe you'll get a bunch of comments. I don't know if people actually watch. We'll see.
Be nice though.
Yeah,
Don't
overseas
tell me
is
to
dope.
leave the country or
I
something.
mean, you could definitely go overseas and
I could.
live for cheap
I
in
would live in Spain.
Thailand or whatever. Well, it might be cheaper in Southeast Asia or South America, right?
It's true, and there's no judgment. It's just that's good. That's a great thing. I would live in South America, in the mountains, maybe. I'd live in Patagonia, and I'd wear Patagonia clothing.
It's pretty expensive, right? Can you afford Patagucci?
No, but
'Cause
maybe
they
if I
call it
lived there, I could get a
You know they call it
sponsorship.
Patagucci?
That's okay. Let me
sure you
say,
heard that
I grew up
before.
rock climbing and backpacking, and you know, REI was like where I spent all my money as a kid. I'm a weirdo, but back then it was still kind of expensive, but it was outdoors people only. And now, when did it become a thing where like people that have never hiked once in their life spend all their money at North Face and Patagonia?
I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I never even heard of REI until I moved to Portland, and
I know that's not an East Coast thing.
you know.
I love REI.
Okay,
I mean,
maybe
I did
that's why
anyway.
then. I guess I don't know. Plus, I never camp. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you're from Philly.
Yeah, I'm from the city.
Your
City
parents
people
are
don't-
like, we don't go outside.
Yeah, not just
dirt
exactly.
and
Yeah,
bugs.
basically just like that. Yeah.
Wait, do you camp
But
now?
I'm trying. I live here. I'm trying. Yeah, I took my family last year twice, so we're starting to go.
In like
Starting
a
to get into
trailer,
it.
in like a, did you say
Oh,
the cabin?
dude, no! I fucking camped in a fucking tent.
You
Yeah.
did?
Yeah.
Wow,
I'm learning. I'm trying.
that's great.
Yo, I'm actually a good cook, so I made banging ass food on the fucking right on the fire too.
Did you?
Yeah,
Did you
I
bring,
didn't do
like,
no
a
gas
whole-
grill, none of that shit. No,
Was it
right on the fire.
dehydrated food?
No, I brought a cooler and brought some fucking eggs and whatever, and, other shit.
That's
Yeah.
impressive. I'm impressed. Good job.
Did steak though? Is that too high end?
No, that's okay. Cause looking back, like in retrospect,
We did steak fajitas in a fucking cast iron pan. Cooked everything in the same pan. It was awesome.
Yeah. Well, going camping isn't supposed to be about suffering. It's supposed to be about pleasure.
Enjoying the outdoors, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We enjoy the outdoors.
Exactly.
Cool. So I'm sure you took your kid camping when everyone was real little, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. Do they appreciate it as teenagers now?
No.
No.
No, neither of, like, I grew up obsessed with that. Neither of my kids could care at all about being outside. I mean, camping and hiking.
Well, when we always come back to our roots, right, later on in life, I guess.
I don't know. They do.
Yeah.
They remember how cool I am.
Like,
heck yeah,
as an adult, come back to your roots, I mean. Like, yeah, and you start remembering shit from being a kid and try to do them on your own, right?
Yeah, exactly.
When you're all grown up.
Yeah, I'm not grown up yet, though, but...
Yeah, no, I always tell my kid, like, tell my kids, like, I look like a grown up, not even actually, but inside I'm a fucking kid. Yeah. Right? We're all kids, though, on the inside.
Yeah, and some of us on the outside, too. Well, behaviorally, anyway.
I'm not 40s.
Emotionally, maybe.
Yeah. What, do you guys like to, I don't know if you guys even like fucking two people sitting in a car talking, but wonder if you're catching a flight. What else can they learn about you? Like, for any wannabe artists out there, wannabe as in want to eventually make beer labels, right? You've done a lot now.
Yeah,
so
I think I'm pushing 100.
How do you do this? I guess let's cut to some beer nerd shit that these viewers might care about. How do you make a beer label? Where do you start?
Oh my god, that's a big question. Well, that depends really on how you do your art.
Can you share a secret? I don't know. Bissell Brothers, right? You've made a lot for them. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they care or not. What's up, Bissell Brothers? Let's do a beer sometime, Portland to Portland. How do you do a Bissell Brothers label? Where do you start?
So Pete Bissell, co-owner with his brother, Pete does the majority of their, has at least, I think maybe until recently, done the majority of their design work in general. Okay. Labels and everything else. And so when he and I collab, it's really more that than anything else. I'll submit art to him, and a lot of times it's something that he'll add to. So if he wants me to do a pen and ink drawing, he'll color it in, kind of a thing. So it's a little bit different with them than it is with most other breweries I work with. And then he does the layout and adds all the stuff. There's a lot of opportunity for that, for sure. For breweries looking for just artwork from wherever. A lot of breweries.
Well, there's a lot of shitty labels out there, right?
Shockingly, because there's so many amazing artists. Names.
There's just so many breweries, right? And some are amazing, some aren't. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind
Ours
of
sometimes
nuts.
aren't that great, whatever, you know. Well, our labels always are. I meant fucking beers, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't comment specifically. But yeah, there's obviously 1,450,000 breweries in the country right now, and they all have art. I mean, if they package, and even if they don't. But
cut that last part out, because I did not mean Chaz. I literally meant our old shit before that. All right.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Yeah, we're gonna cut this part out. Yeah. All right.
Some of ours suck.
Yeah. No, because they don't. I definitely don't feel that. Yeah, I meant the old
Not
shit.
all mine are. I've done some shitty labels. I shouldn't. Yeah, no, I've definitely done some labels that I'm like, ugh, that could have been way better. They look kind of, whatever, childish. But I'm a child. But
what do you use? Let's talk about that
to
specifically.
Create, to make art. Well, I'm not a computer artist, so I actually paint on these boards that we're using as our drink trays.
Here.
With paint or ink.
Hold one up for people to see.
Oh no! Don't hold the art up. It's not finished yet.
Never mind.
That's a loud laugh. I'm sorry. You'll have to turn that sound down. Yeah. So I paint and I draw. Sometimes I do a bunch of layers of stuff. I do use Photoshop for that process. And you do have to have some knowledge of computer programs and software to do that. But
so you paint and draw, and then what? Take a picture of it?
I take a picture of it.
A high quality picture?
Yep, with my iPhone.
With an iPhone, and then you give that to a graphic designer.
Well, no, then I upload it and lay it out.
Okay.
I like to have some control over the situation, but yeah, and then that just kind of depends. I work with lots of breweries, so usually I send it to a brewery's designer, and if I'm the designer, then I work with the label or the printing company, and in which case I have to have all the legals and all that stuff on, and that was a learning curve. Ugh. God,
yeah,
that's still a pain in the ass. Well, it's always different too. There's always something that comes back that is fine for someone else.
It's really annoying.
It's really annoying.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like,
is.
oh, that's too small. It's like, what? This was never too small before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. But anyway, don't let that discourage you.
The rules aren't like super duper clear and easy to read, so everyone takes it a different way a little bit.
It's kind of crazy. And like, I remember when I first started doing all that stuff, you know, you're not supposed to have, for instance, the ABV has to be like 3 millimeters high at the most or something like that, because they don't want to use that to sell the beer.
Yeah.
But then there was this one brewery I worked with. I can't even remember who it is, so I'm not even gonna say it anyway. But that was like written in letters this big on the can. And I was like, how is that? And it was on retail shelves, so I have no idea. Anyway, boring stuff.
Cool. Thank you. What else do you want the world to know before we call it close about the 48 Beer Project?
Oh.
Buy your artwork. Do you have an Etsy shop or anything like
that? I
that?
have very limited artwork online right now. If you go to my website, which is diegeistart.com, there's a couple things up on, you know, the shop, but my time is pretty limited, so there's not a ton of work. But definitely follow along. The best place would probably be Instagram, but the website also has a lot of information, so Google it.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate it. Take care. Thanks for joining us, Heidi.
Yeah, thanks.